to my channel. Let's address the elephant in the room. I'm clearly a liar because my last video I said that I would post more content and I was going to be more engaged on YouTube. That turned out to be an actual lie, because now I no longer live in San Diego. I now live in Okinawa, Japan. I just want to put this out here that it took me a long time and like several takes just to learn how to say it, and I'm probably still saying it wrong. So boom, let's jump right into this video. If you follow me on social media, I'm really active on Instagram. You know that in December, Justin got a really great new job offer, and he took it. I mean, you know, why wouldn't he? He's amazing. He's like the greatest. He's so smart too. Oh my God, he's so cute. Can't believe I'm married to him. Anyway, so Justin got a new job offer in December, which caused us to move to San Diego for a couple of months. And that started in about February. At the end of that, which was like around August, we were informed that we'll be going to Japan for the next 3 years. So around September 1st, and it's so confusing with the dates because time is like, it goes forward here. So September 1st, we left San Diego. Me, BG, Justin, we all left San Diego and we started the journey to Japan. And then so we arrived in Japan September 2nd. We had to do a 14-day quarantine in Tokyo, which honestly, don't do any crime with me because I can't, that was like a jail sentence. I know it's no way, shape or form that it's like jail, but being in a hotel that you cannot physically leave for 14 days, that was hell. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it was literally hell. But luckily it was like a suite type thing, so like Justin can chill in the room and I can be in the living room and vice versa, because like being in one space for 14 days is killer. And when I tell you guys, it's been nothing but a culture shock. It's definitely been a culture shock for me, at least, just because I've never lived overseas, and I'm from like a city, and Okinawa is more like the country, kind of. It's like the suburbs. So it's been real. I will give you guys a disclaimer though before I start this video. I will start using my YouTube a little bit more as like therapy for me, where we will have some fun videos, but there will be some more serious topics, just because it has not been the easiest adjustment for myself. And you know, I feel like if I can help someone else who is coming here, already here, or you know, they kind of want to see the other side of it, I feel like that is, I'm just so happy that I could probably help somebody and let them know that you are not alone. Previously, before coming here, when I would Google videos and articles and things like that about this place, it was nothing but, oh my God, it's amazing. Oh my God, like this vacation all day. It's like Hawaii. It's literally, and reality is it's not like that here. So that's just a disclaimer that, you know, if you're expecting to hear in this first video nothing but rainbows and sunshines, that's not the case. And if you need to look at a video about rainbows and sunshines, you might want to stop this video right now and go look at something else. So with that being said, we're going to jump right into the cons. My number one con is the job market here. If you are not a contractor, if you are a spouse and you're relocating here, I strongly suggest you start your job search at least 8 to 9 months out. I know that's probably not the case because a lot of people get, you know, orders, or they found out that they're going probably less than 30 days or 60 days at most. But as soon as you find out, start looking for a job like ASAP. Some of the job engines that you can use are usajobs.gov and something called MCCS. Probably .gov, I'm not too certain. Also, if you are coming from a huge city like myself where the minimum wage is a little bit higher than most areas, I believe in DC the minimum wage is about $16 or $17 now. Here they do go by the national average, which is about $8 an hour. So needless to say, you're going to have to probably humble yourself and or start a new business. Fortunately for myself, I started a new business when COVID first started. I do make press-on custom made nails. Let me just do a little bit advertising spot right now. I do have a sale going on, buy one get one free until the end of December, using code flash sale. I will put right here on the bottom the website and the code to use. They are luxury, meaning they are sturdy. They are custom made, meaning I make them from scratch. Only thing I order is the tip, so I'm giving it to you with love from me. Okay, anyway, let's get back to that video. If you have never worked in the USA government, you do have to kind of, you know, get vetted and all that other extra stuff. And then the other jobs that aren't really government based are really just jobs that are on commissary, working at the gift center, the thrift store, and the exchange. Those are the places where you can pretty much work, and those are about $8 to $9. I'm not really interested in working in those jobs just because I've built myself up professionally, and I just feel like that's a huge pay cut. And I really don't have a lot of knowledge working in fields like that. The last sales position I had was when I was probably like 15, and I worked at Target. Also, they do have jobs where you can teach Japanese students English, and as well as, you know, there's dog sitters, dog walkers, babysitters as well. Also, substitute teaching. Myself, however, I only love my dog, and I don't want to watch other people's dogs. And you guys know where I stand with the kids. And plus, I'd rather someone who has a passion for teaching or children to really take those jobs, because I just personally don't feel right taking a job from someone just because I just want to go to work. I can't do that. Of all the spouses I've met here, they all said it takes about a year to get a job. So just keep that in mind. Be a little patient. Also, if you're going to start a business and that business requires you to ship products, just know that you cannot use the base post office to conduct any type of business. So familiarize yourself with the Japanese post office, or you just may want to cater to the people on the island. It's not a huge island, but it's big enough that if you want to have a business, you definitely can. All right, that brings me to my second con. There is nothing of convenience here, and when I say that, I'm speaking from someone who's from a city. So there's no Uber here, there's no Uber Eats, Instacart, Walmart, Target, Home Depot, Michael's, Lowe's, anything that you think of as convenience, and they don't really have that here. There is an exchange on base, which is kind of like a Kohl's and slash Walmart, and then they obviously have the commissary, but just know that they don't have that here. With that also being said, a lot of companies actually do not ship here, like Wayfair and IKEA. I love Wayfair because they do have inexpensive pieces, and I love IKEA because you literally can build your whole house around IKEA. However, the IKEA that ships here is coming from Tokyo, and the shipping is horrendous. It costs so much money. There is an IKEA annex in Naha where you can order some things and they can come to the store, and then you can pick them up from the store, blah, blah, blah. That takes about a couple of weeks. So just kind of get yourself ready for that as well. While we're talking about waiting weeks and things, on average, your Amazon takes about 10 days to come here. If you order from like Ulta or Sephora, it takes about a month. Pretty Little Things, Fashion Nova, things like that also takes about a month. So when you order, don't just buy a shirt. Just make sure you get everything that you need at that one time, because you're not going to get it for a whole month. And by the time you get it, it's probably a whole different season. All right, that brings me to my con number 3, the weather. Yeah, everyone says, oh, it's like Hawaii. It's so nice here. You guys, when we got here, it was like September, mid-September. It was so humid. And again, if you follow me on Instagram, you guys, I talked about this every single day. It was so hot that like I didn't wear makeup. I actually got pretty used to not wearing makeup, so when I do wear it now, I'm like super excited. But it was so hot, like literally so hot, that I would take like a shower, go outside, and then have to take another shower. It was so hot and humid. It's now finally kind of cooling down in November, but it's still about 75 degrees outside today, which is great. So if it stays like this, which it won't, just be prepared. Like if you're Black, a woman of color, you got thick curly hair, get some braids in the summertime, because honey, these wigs ain't gonna stand up to the heat. It's just not happening. So yeah, I'm getting like flashbacks right now thinking about how hot it was. Also, while we're on the topic of being Black, this is kind of like more of a serious one. For me, I'm used to, being from an area where you see a lot of representation of what you look like. There's different shapes, sizes, colors, everything. In Okinawa, you're gonna have to get a little used to not seeing Black women being represented. And now I say that by, like, if you go in the stores, you look at the billboards, there are no Black women. There's not even a racially ambiguous woman. So I think when people talk about Japan in general, I think they mean more of like Tokyo, and that's like mainland, because I'm not saying that it's like racist or anything. People are really nice here, but it's kind of, it is a little bit, it's a little punch to the gut when you don't really see yourself represented. And it's almost like I get excited when I see other Black people, and I usually only see them when we go on base. So, yeah. Speaking about going on base, we generally do our grocery shopping like anybody for 2 weeks at a time. Not only are the refrigerators really small here because we live off base, but going to the commissary to do your grocery shopping is probably the worst thing you could do, because you have to literally add a week or maybe 2 weeks to your food expiration date. And when I say that, I'm just speaking from experience. We've gotten eggs, milk, bread, certain meats, fish, and they've been like frozen fish. And I go to cook it later in that week, and it is expired. It's bad. It's moldy. So kind of get familiar with shopping at the markets, in town. Look at me learning some lingo. In town. Get familiar with shopping there for like things like fish, bread, milk, eggs, because it's fresher, because they don't have to ship it from anywhere. So it brings me to my last and final con, which is not really so much of a con, but it's more like a nuisance almost. I have never been a Facebook person whatsoever. Like in my entire life, I've shared memes on Facebook. I post pictures for my family, but I've never really been like one into Facebook. So when I know that we're going to move here, I had to join a bunch of Facebook groups, which I feel like this is honestly not a pro and a con. It's like really a pro and a con. So you'll hear me mention this again, but I had to, join some Facebook groups. And I don't know if it's because like people have been on the island, they can't go out, they can't do anything, but there are several groups, Okinawa questions, where they are extremely rude, and it's men and women, but it's mostly men. They're extremely rude and they're combative with women. I don't understand why, but they are extremely rude when it comes to women. I asked a simple question about, how to get around. I've never lived overseas before. So, I asked a question, and this guy out of nowhere, oh my God, you're so dependent, and you're like, how do you, a poor husband? Like, whoa, I don't know you. Like, who are you talking to, fool? And like me, I'm not mature. Like, God's still working on me. So like, I be having like clapbacks, like ready to, like I'm like draw to, skip, all this other, like God's still working on me, okay? He's still working on me. So I'm not there yet to ignore when people get smart with me. So I've had to remove myself from a lot of groups, and I just kind of like, luckily I've met some people here who are super cool that I can just kind of ask. But for the most part, yeah, I have never dealt with trolls before, or like super bored men, or men who just feel they just can talk to you any type of way they want to. So I'm not really used to that. Like, I'm from DC. Like, you can't like Joan on me and think you're gonna like, or talk to me type of way and hurt my feelings, because like I'm gonna cut your ass up, and that's just it. Like, no. All right, so now we're gonna go to the positives. Before moving here, I never felt like my life was really in danger that much. I mean, like, I know there's dangerous situations, but I just don't think, oh my God, like the killer's lurking around the corner. I don't think like that. However, moving here has been pretty refreshing because I can walk my dog at nighttime before the sun rises at any time, and I don't feel uneasy about that. So it's pretty safe here. You will see kids like as little as like 5 with their big little book bags on, and they'll be walking themselves to school and no one bothers them. That took some time to get used to, because I'm like, oh my God, where's their parent? So like, kids are really safe here. If you're moving here and you have kids, thinking about having kids, this would be a great place to have them. I also hear that the doctors here are amazing. I've heard that just the people, and they have really great bedside manner. So that's also a super duper plus. Because a lot of things don't ship here, they do have, this is like my favorite pro, they have a ton of thrift stores, secondhand shops, and because I like to create, I feel like that is such a huge plus for me. It's definitely a pro that I can explore my DIY side. If you follow me on Instagram, again, like I said, because clearly you're not following me, if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I actually just recently did our bathroom and I did our kitchen, and I'm currently working on our living room right now. And like I said, it gives you so much space and time, because the thrift stores, one of my personal favorites, is open 24 hours. And I'm probably saying it wrong, but I'm gonna say it anyway. It's called Mango Sukio. That's one, and they have several locations, and it's 24 hours. They have like designer, they literally have everything. They have furniture, designer, they have what do you call that, like China, they have gaming systems, they have electronics, they have literally everything. So they do have stores that are geared towards DIYs, and I mean, they have like Daisio, I think I'm saying it right, probably saying it wrong. They have Make Man Canes, and I think that's about it. And then there's also like an arts and crafts store on Kadena. So if you want to get your DIY on, this is definitely the place to do it, because you don't have time. And the McDonald's here is so good. I mean, like, it tastes different. Like, it's different. It tastes really good. It doesn't make your stomach hurt either. It just tastes good. Like, I don't know what about the McDonald's here tastes good, but it tastes good. Like, I love the chicken nuggets. My personal favorite. Also, like I said before about Facebook, even though there are trolls on Facebook, there also, for every 10 trolls, there's like 5 women who are amazing. I'm part of like about 3 or 4 groups where I've met like the most sweetest, kindest women, and it's because honestly we're all going through the same thing, and it's just always kind of comforting to know that you have like a support system and someone who's like, they've been there before with you, they know how you feel, they know, they know. And it's also kind of refreshing because most of my friends here that I've met, they are military wives, and I'm not a military wife, and I'm completely new to this whole situation. So it's great to have someone who, they're just there and they can tell you, like, you guys can swap stories about A, if you hate it, or B, if you love it here. So that's like definitely a pro. I don't know what I would do if I didn't have this. Like, it's like a great sisterhood almost. So that's definitely a pro here that I cherish. I love it. It's just the best. And for my final pro, there are literally so many locations. If you are interested in, you know, if you're not going to work and you're going to strictly focus on, you know, making yourself a brand and, you know, following the Instagram influencer lifestyle, there are a ton of places for photo ops. I mean, there's tons of places for photo ops. If you've been following me on my Instagram, let me just keep on adding in there. If you've been following my Instagram, you know that like these, I've been dropping like the best photos because there's so many great locations. And you can also, you know, again, it's exploring your creative side. I went to the banana park. I've been to the beach. I've been to I've been to a lot of places, and it's just super cool. So, you know, I feel like honestly, if it was pre-COVID, there will be so many different things to do. That's what a lot of people tell me, that there's tons of stuff to do here. Unfortunately, you know, it's a lot different than before COVID. Bonus pro, it's extremely clean here. Like, it's super clean. Like, okay, I'm not gonna eat off the ground, but it's super duper clean here. So that's like, people ask me all the time, how do you feel about COVID there? And it's like, we're so far away from China, because like a lot of people think that Japan and China, it's geography, people, geography. But anyway, how do I feel about COVID here? I feel pretty safe. And I think it's refreshing that people aren't arguing about wearing face masks, because it's also like a culture thing here as well. They don't want to get you sick, and they don't want to get sick with you. So yeah, I feel pretty safe. I can't wait to see when COVID is over, because who knows if it'll ever be over, but I do want to be able to explore and, you know, experience the Okinawa, you know, that everyone tells me about. So I look forward to hearing, you know, seeing this video in a couple of months and being able to compare it with how I feel now. But in the meantime, you guys, please, 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 please follow me on Instagram. Like, I'm just joking. Please wash your hands, wear your mask, keep 6 feet. If you can, stop, don't travel. Like, I know it's boring, but just please, just for us, please stop. And follow me on Instagram and shop squeaky. And thank you for listening to this video. I'm not even gonna make no more false promises, because last time I did that, I didn't talk to y'all until I was into a whole new country. So just stay tuned and subscribe.